here. So once you have your name on, leave them back here. All right. So with the homework, number 13 and 14. Weren't those ugly? You will not be asked on the test to do any with the variables like that. So, looking at that, that means I'm not going to go through 13 and 14 right now for questions. And if you really do have questions and you want to get help with those, you will not see one like those four, like those bottom two, on our quiz or on the test. They will not have variables in it. They'll just be numbers, okay? So, when you think about homework, sometimes we put ones in there for you to practice that are a little harder, okay? And that's what that is, okay? Make sure that quiz, you put it back there for me, because I haven't scored it, right? Okay. So, looking at that then, let's see. Number 2. I don't want to take a lot of time with these. And if you are really struggling with these, you need to be in here. This morning, I think I had 4 or 5 people in here, and 8. I had a few more people come in during advisory and get help. I will be here again at 8 in the morning on Tuesday, and your quiz is Wednesday. Your quiz is Wednesday on this. On Wednesday, it will be matrix, addition, multiplication. It will be deciding if a number is rational or irrational, or a whole number or integer. And it will be on the unit analysis that we're doing today and on Tuesday. Jaden. It's a music of some type day, I don't know.
Choir.
So, it's not like all choir though, there's 2 choir days, so there's, okay, so. It's not every one day until later next week. No, we do not have school Monday, it's Labor Day. So when you take a look at, let's go to number 12. Number 12, the question is, can we do this? We have a 2 by 3, right? Times, or adding to another 2 by 3. Which means when I do that addition, right, I'm going to get a 2 by 3. Agree? Okay. So I'm adding those in each category if I am looking at number 12. As I add those, I had 5 plus 3 gives me 8. I had -9. I had 4. I had -1. And 3 plus 5 is 8. And 3 and -6, -3. That was my 2 by 3. I'm supposed to take that times this 2 by 2. Is that a possibility? A 2 by 3? Yeah, because these are both 2s, right? So it works, right? What's my answer going to be? My answer is going to end up being a 2 by 3, right? My answer will be a 2 by 3. So when you take that quiz on Wednesday, I will ask you, is it, if you can do it, and it's possible that one of them wasn't, just like number 4 was impossible, right? You could do this multiplication, 2 by 2 times 2 by 1. That's going to be possible. But my answer is a 2 by 1 matrix, and this was a 4 by 1. And you can't add a 2 by 1 and a 4 by 1, right? They have to be the same dimensions to add or subtract. So that one was undefined, not because of the multiplication, but because of the addition. You would have had adding this one with a matrix that just had 2 things in it, and you can't do that, okay? So, if we are multiplying this one, you are going rows by columns going down. And watch that video over and over. Go back to the daily planner. I had someone say, well, what do you mean go back to the daily planner? On the daily planner, right, I have a video lesson for you from Thursday, from Wednesday, from each day we've had class. But this matrix multiplication, when you're multiplying matrices, this was yesterday's video lesson of the class, right? It was me talking through, it was me looking at it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Can you forward to the part where we're just doing, oh, I need to see another multiplication? Okay, I need to see that again. Okay, I need to see, oh yeah, that's how you do it. You can do that, right? And some of you get things the first time, and that's wonderful. But there is many of us. I mean, if you're fixing something on your car and you don't know how to do it, you might go to YouTube, right, and look up how to change this. And I know people that do that. My son's had friends out at the lake and something broke on their car and he went to YouTube and figured out how to fix it and did it. He watched that part of the video probably 8 to 10 times. He'd never done that before, right? He'd never fixed his car doing that. So he had to watch it many times so he did it right. Because he didn't want to get in his car for something to, not work at all after he was trying to fix it. Same thing with some of these videos. This is new to you. You might have to watch it more than one time. Okay, so it's up there for you. Okay, so I am not going to do all of this one, right? Because I want to get on to our unit analysis today with this other worksheet. And if you haven't started that other worksheet, we need to do that. But we're going to start, and we would have had -5 times the 8, right? And now I'm going across the 1, so plus. I'm going across the 1 times down below -1. I'm next taking the -5 and I'm going down this next one, okay? So when I'm doing that, my second term here is still -5 times something plus 1. And the last one is going to be -5 again times something plus 1 times something, right? So you can see this was that first row going across. This next one was the second column, right, of B. And this is the third column, right? Okay, that was going down. So if I just wanted to look at this, this has to be the 4 and the 3, right? This has to be the -5 and the 5. Well, now I look at this next one and I go, oh, this has to be going across the -4 and 5. -4 plus -5. All the way across. -4 plus -5. And if this helps you to do it this way, and then go back and fill in your parentheses, that might be easier than doing like row, column, okay? And then below each one, do the work. So some of you got that quiz back and it said, come and see me. I'm not sure that you're really understanding this yet. This looks like you're, okay? You want to make sure you're doing that right and that you're understanding it, okay? All right. Question, 13 and 14, we're not going to have any like that on the test. Come in and see me if you're still struggling with this. This is hard. I get that. Someone asked, where is it in your book? The only thing that's in our book, in our Algebra 1 book, is matrix addition and subtraction and setting them up from a data table. Algebra 2 does the multiplication. It's in the Algebra 2 textbook, which we don't have, right? So you just need to make sure you're getting this, okay? All right. So someone was asking me, well, how do I practice to get ready for this quiz next week with these type of problems? I would rewrite the matrix problems that you already have there. You don't need to make up new ones, right? Just do them on a separate sheet of paper. So you might go back and write down from B or C, right? From 3A, A or 3A, B. You might write down some of these questions and just redo them and do them again and see if you can get it to work out. You already have the answers right in the back. And we did figure out, by the way, was it number 7? That it's weird. Number 7, they made a mistake. And it should have been, I don't have my book up here right now, but it should have been that last one. I think in the answer they had 416, and the 4 is a typo. It was just supposed to be the 16. I know, it's like you're looking around, what? How the heck did they? Okay, so it was. That was, and there will maybe be a few typos with some of our newer ones. This was new this year, and so sometimes even the print shop, it just comes up with it. Okay? All right. So, looking at this. We should have filled in yesterday, right? We had this filled in that we were going at, we were looking at that 30 miles an hour. If you don't have yours filled in, make sure. We're going to go back and fill this page in first. 30 miles, right, per hour. You should have had that filled in. Our fire truck was going at 50 miles per hour. And we were asked to find the car and the fire truck in part A. And the car you should have had, and this is what we talked about, this is the work I needed to see for my conversions. I needed to see that we were working at 30 miles in 1 hour. And it said how many miles per minute. So, question on your homework quiz. You're going to have 3 like these. Some are nice and easy, or on your quiz next week. Okay? Some are easier ones, some are a little harder. This would be in the easy category, right? 30 miles times 1 hour, you need to show me the unit conversion. We are trying to find miles per minute. So my final answer over here has to have the unit miles, and it has to have minutes in the denominator. Right now, we talked about this yesterday, we have hours in the denominator. So I have to put hours up here, and I have to put the unit minutes down here. And I know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. And some of you put 1 mile in 2 minutes. Some of you wanted to think of this as 0.5 miles per minute. Same thing, right? Doesn't matter which way. For the fire truck, we should have worked that out and got 5 miles in 6 minutes. Or, you don't want a decimal for this one, right? If you did decimals, it's ugly. You get these ugly repeating decimals. Don't work with them. Keep the fractions. 5/6 of a mile in 1 minute. So you were asked, how far is the car after 3 minutes? If we were finding the car after 3 minutes, we have to take 3 minutes times what? Half, or 1, we could have had 1 mile per 2 minutes, right? Or you could have had a half. Half of 3 gives us 1.5 miles. Miles per minute or just miles? How far?
1.5 miles.
Miles. These units cancel, right? So you're showing me the unit conversion that you're doing this, 1.5 miles. The next one, if you didn't show the word, okay, is that my answer for that question? Yes. How about the next one? We were taking 3 times 5/6, right? 5 miles over 6 minutes. And this was our 3 minutes, right, out in front here. So in your homework, some of them are this easy on that 4 worksheet. Now the ones on this worksheet, they're a little harder, but they're getting you to think a little more, okay? So this one, if we were looking at this, you can simplify. 3 goes into 6 twice. 5 divided by 2, 2.5 miles. D. How far had the car gone in 4 minutes? So if you didn't do this, make sure you're going to show me in 4 minutes for the car, right? You're going to do it exactly like we did up here. You're going to do the same thing for the fire truck, right? You're taking your 4 minutes and you're taking it times. Is that my answer when I took the 4 minutes times a half and the 4 minutes times the 5/6? Is that what it asked? It said, how far is it from the intersection? So, make sure that this answer is not your answer. But remember, the car started how far away? The car started on the top of the next page. Please take a look. So Lucas, I see you don't have any work with yours, like I'm showing up here. You want to make sure, this is my hint to you, I'm putting this work down. You want to have that. You don't have that, I have to mark it off on the test, on the quiz. Okay? So what we knew is that our car started at 3, right? And our fire truck was 5 miles away. After a half a mile, 2.5. 2 miles, right? So at 4 minutes, could we look here also? 1.5, you should have got 2 for question D, right? Oh, I'm going to subtract the 6. That means I'm at 4, or subtract 5/6. That means I'm at 4 and 1/6. And then 3 and what? How about 1/3? Okay? And someone said, I don't know how to subtract 4 and 1/6 minus 5/6, right? You would have gone with, oh, maybe 3 and 6/6, right? Minusing 5/6. That's how we got the 3 and 3. Yeah, no, that's not right.
4 minutes, that should not be right.
Should it be 2? Should be 1.
Yeah, it should be
Oh, yeah. See?
Hey, maybe he
Good
went
thing.
like backwards.
So what?
Like his hat.
Then we're at 0.5, right? And we're at 0. Okay? I should see your 2 graphs. Please connect the points with lines. This is a continuous graph, right? You don't just have the points like at 1.5 minutes, like at a half a minute and 3/4 of a minute. You don't just jump from 3 to here, right? You don't just jump from there. You're driving in a car. It should be continuous. Please make sure you connect both points with lines. Same with this one as you're going down, and you're going to the 4 1/3 or 4 1/6, right? These should be connected with lines, okay? So your graph should be complete with lines. Then you're going to answer question G. If you did not do that, you need to make sure you have that done for Tuesday, okay? Let's go to this one. We want to put in our markings and kind of do this one together. Harder. Okay? And if you did not turn in your graph paper to me, like with your directions, you can just turn it in the back before you leave here today.
What are we doing?
Well, I still have quite a few people in this class that didn't turn it in, so I'm kind of waiting to see if I get them all in so we can do it. So, right next to this picture, let's read. Joy is a skydiver. He deploys his parachute at 13,000 feet above the ground. Okay, that's already marked on our picture. The landing zone is located 1,300 feet from the spot directly below where the chute has opened. His distance above the ground is decreasing at 10 miles per hour. His horizontal distance from the landing zone is decreasing at 1 mile per hour. Let's put that information. This information told us if we were going at 10 miles, going down, right? So 10 miles per hour. Going across, he was going at 1 mile per hour. All right. That's all we can put in from our picture. They already gave us the 2 distances. It says Joey opens his parachute and begins to descend toward the landing zone at a rate of 10.5 miles an hour. Not 10.5, 10.05 miles per hour. After 2.5 minutes, he's at 10,584 feet. Where is that 10,584? Is that going down here or is that here? Diagonal or down? How are you falling?
Diagonal.
Diagonal.
Not fully.
Not fully. This says now we're this far away. So from here to here, we don't know where this point is. This is 10,850. Okay. And the vertical distance above the ground is now, it's less. This was 13,000, right? Now we are at 10,800 feet. Okay? Making sense on that picture so far? Make sure you draw all of those in. Put yours on the same picture, all this stuff. We're going to continue with that question. It says, how many feet was Joey from the landing when he began his descent? That means we got to find up here. And we want to do this with rates, is how I want you to do it, because our unit is doing unit conversion. So we're going to use rates. Could you have done this with similar triangles? You could have. We're not. I want you to use unit conversion. Okay? Unit conversion. So we are going to start off with what do we know. So you were given a question like this, and you're trying to find out all this information on the quiz next week, Wednesday. And you're going, what? Where do I start? Start with what we know, is that he was going at a rate of 10.05 miles per hour. So we're going to start with 10.05 miles per 1 hour. But when they talk about these, we really need our answer in feet per minute, because we're talking about minutes. So how do I change miles per hour to feet per minute? So when you take the quiz on Wednesday, you're going to see something like this, miles per hour, and you're going, oh, I got to get my answer in so many feet per minute. Do I know a conversion for hours to minutes?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my first conversion. I need to write the fraction. When I do the conversion, what unit do I want in the denominator? Minutes. Put minutes in your denominator. What unit do I want? I have to then put for the conversion in my numerator is going to be the hours. Isn't that nice? The hours now cancel, those units, right? So I know this is 60 to 1 hour. So now I'm putting in the numbers with it. Does anyone know the conversion for miles to feet? And I do give you all the conversions in the worksheet. It is 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. Okay? So I'm looking at this problem, and right now the unit hours cancel, and my answer is in miles per minute, but I want it in feet per minute. So I need to do one more conversion, right? I don't want the unit miles, I want on the top feet. Since I want feet in the numerator, I'm going to put the unit feet in the numerator. What am I going to put in the denominator? What I want to get rid of, my miles. 1 mile is equal to, this is where we take your calculator out if you have it with you, or grab one of mine up in front, 5,280. You are multiplying on your calculator. 10.05 miles times 5,280 dividing by 60.
Divided by what?
Well, take the numerators and divide it by your denominator. You have a calculator. Okay, take it out. Where's your locker? Out here or way down there? There's another one up there. We'll grab them. What'd you get? 884.4. Bring your calculator every day because we'll probably be using it. Everyone get that? Okay. Have we answered the question? How many feet is he from the zone?
No.
No. First off, we got to figure out how much time, right? So we are now taking this times what? How much time were we going? After 2.5 minutes. Could you use 2.5 instead of 2.5? We're having minutes over 1, right? My units cancel, and my answer is going to be in feet. 884 times 2. How much did we fall? 2,000 what? 2.5 times 884.4?
It's at 2,210 feet.
2,200, we're going to round it to 11. Did you go 84.4? Where is that on my picture? Where's this 2211? That's how far we fell, right? That's this. Okay? So do we now know how high up, how long this descent is? How many feet we're descending? That was what the question said, right? How many feet from the landing zone was he when he began? We have to add 10,854 feet plus the 2211 feet, right? That is my initial, right? That is my initial distance, okay? So if I wanted to, I could put that's like here, right? That's my initial distance. That's how far away I was, right? That making sense on your picture? Please make sure you're adding all this and you're copying with what I have, right? So we had to add those together to get, how many feet did you have?
13,065.
Okay, B. B says, what is the rate of change of the distance from the ground in feet per minute? Okay. And then it says, well, what is the rate for the horizontal? So we're doing vertical, and you're going to do horizontal. Now, that's the reason that up here I put B, and up on this picture up here, that's why I put a B. Because this is from question B down here that you're doing, right? What did we know? We know that we were going 10, what? For vertical. We were traveling down at 10 miles per 1 hour. Times, we have to convert this, just like we did up here, to feet per minute. Can you do that now? How many multiplications do we have to have? 2 of them, right? Is it the same as question A up to this point? Exactly the same, right? Feet per minute. So you're going to put in those 2 conversions. I just did it on my calculator. I did it in my head. That's great. You don't put it down, you get it wrong on the quiz. This is worth 1 point. This is worth 3 of the 4 points. I know, but I just did it on my calculator. I did it in my head. I can't see that, and when there's 24 of you, I can't have you explain it to me either, right? I need you to show me. So write it down and show the canceling, just like we did up here, okay? When I do the horizontal, what did I start with for my horizontal, if I am thinking of that, Logan? My horizontal started at what rate? 1, going across horizontally. How was I traveling? 1 mile per hour. Oh, I need to change that to feet per second. Does it matter if I change miles to hours first? If I do hours to minutes, or if I go feet to miles? Does it matter which one I put first? Not at all. If you like changing and getting rid of your hours, put the hours first, right? I want minutes in my denominator, right? That's my final answer, right? Minutes in the denominator. What do I want on top? I want feet. So when I do my conversions, I have to have those units in the right spot. And then I just use the other word to go with it, right? So I'm going to have my mile, and I'm going to have my hour. And it says, so please compute those 2 if you would right now. Right? 160, 5,280. Okay, please compute those 2 right now. Second one, anyone have it yet? Second one, do the first one, write in your numbers. Jacob, you get the first or second one yet? Not yet? Okay. Yep, just gotta fill these in too, okay? This one, it should be 884. That's when you had 10.05, that was up here. So that work went up here, but for 10, it should be 884.4. This was all A, okay? Did you get it yet, Jacob? You're taking 10 times what? What was in your numerator? 5280? Yep. And that was my feet per, right, 1 mile. And then you had to divide to 60, right? What'd you get? 880. Not 884.4. That was up here, right? This was more. You should be going 880. This second one. Someone have the second one yet? Hale, what'd you have? 88 feet per minute. Okay? So let's put those on our picture, right? This was going 880 because they're always asking us in minutes. Feet per minute. And here, this 1 mile an hour is really 88 feet per minute. Okay? Question C says, in how many minutes will he land? I would like you right now, checking with your shoulder partner or checking the people in front of you. There's at least 3 ways you could figure this out from the information that you have. Okay? There's at least 3 ways using our distances and our rate that he's falling, our horizontal, our vertical, or our diagonal. Okay? So if you get one way, give me a thumbs up that you and your partner agree. Hey, you know what? This is how many minutes it takes him to hit the ground. From here hitting our plane to down here. You come up with the second way. You and your partner are going to put your hands up like this, right? So this is one way. This is the second way. You get the third way. You do like this, right? You only have to show one of them. I'm going to show at least 2 up here, okay? So talk with your shoulder partner right now. Some of you haven't finished it, and some of you need to practice it again. And if you have them in front of you, you can do that, right? You can cover it up. You can do it on another sheet of paper. I wish I could tell you that that you just have to do it once and then like forget about it. This is going to be on the test. The quiz next week is harder with the matrices, with the unit conversions than on the test. Because on the test, this is all that's on the quiz. These 2 things, okay? And rational and irrational.
Excuse me for just one quick announcement. Students, I would ask that you take a look at your binder and make sure you got the right one. We had somebody, I think, out of lunch may have grabbed the wrong black binder. So if you have grabbed the wrong black binder, have it your possession, please bring it to the office. Thank you very much.
I'd be fine if somebody stole
A lot of people would, and yeah. And then I would identify yours more with like writing something on the cover or doing something like that. Okay? I will be in here tomorrow, Tuesday morning. I'm not coming Monday morning. Tuesday morning. Any other papers? Back here.
Is it okay if I come in Tuesday morning and get help with what we do today?
Advisory or 8?
Or
both times.
I just want to go outside right now.